Now look at mommy.
Good job, good job.
Excellent. 6.6. Okay. That's it. He can do it.
90% of kids with Duchenne still don't have a treatment. Every day that it takes to debate the topic of a new drug is a day that somebody loses something.
I promised him he'll be okay and he's gonna be okay. And I'll make promises that I don't keep.
The boys don't have time. No one has time. Families don't have time. Drug companies don't have time. And we fight every day to get stuff done as quickly as possible, which is why we started the foundation. It's why I left my career to pursue this. You either rise to the occasion or you don't. You know, and what's the alternative? Putting my boys in the ground? Because that's not acceptable to me, so.
You know, when your kid asks you, why can't I throw a ball? It's tough. But it makes you pray more.
We're trying to fight for the money that will save our kids, because right now, people across the United States, we're the ones financing the clinical trials. We're the ones saying, please, don't let my baby die. Please don't turn your back on us, please.
When we got the boys' diagnosis, like, I didn't really know anything about Duchenne. You know, there was a wheelchair involved. That was pretty much all I knew. That's the shittiest thing about this disease, is that you look at them right now and you wouldn't even know that they're sick.
How do you have a conversation with your son who is 5 years old and running around your backyard, and how do you say, one day you might not be able to walk? You know, he talks about, when I'm a grown up, I'm gonna build a house like Daddy did. I'm gonna be a Flash Gordon police officer. And I don't ever want him to know that there's even a tiny bit of uncertainty if that could happen for him. It's just like such a crazy way to live and a crazy way to think all the time. Like, just how do we do the right thing as parents? And does it matter if we're spoiling them? Because if there's an expiration date, I just want them to be happy.
I buried my head in the sand for a long while. Nobody was allowed to talk about it to me. I'm always able to fix just about anything, but yet I'm not able to fix this for my son. It's heart-wrenching. It's just not saving my boy, but saving all these boys. The night I received the phone call, I actually fainted. It would bring the strongest man to his knees. Carlo's mom was the strong one until somebody approached me and said, you need to get your head out of your ass and help because you're the one that can make the difference.
To get something done, all you have to be is determined.
Parent and family foundations are able to provide very focused project support to help initiate studies. That sort of early engagement is really critical.
Duchenne's community involvement is very, very strong. But the amount of information that we get from the families outside of those finances, skin samples, blood samples, time to come to clinic, are absolutely key in our survival. I don't think we could be where we are today without all of that help.
We do our clinics on Wednesday morning, and
Show me your biggest muscle. There you go. That's it.
I walk back over here every Wednesday afternoon just rekindled with the idea of doing something to pay back the gift those families give us to let us be part of their lives.
These families, they become part of our family.
Really loud.
The stakes are incredibly high. And I frequently see that moment where the parents have to leave their kids with us. And it is awful and brave, and it's amazing. Like somebody's trusting their baby. Could I do that? I don't know.
I made a decision that God gave this to my son because he's got a dad who's a fighter. And with the help of a lot of friends and people, strangers, we're making a big difference now.
Again, from the bottom of our hearts, stay tuned and have fun. Thank you.
It's bigger than me.
Cheers, man. I love it. See you guys.
If this disease progresses to the point we cannot get a treatment in my boys, my kids are sitting in a wheelchair, I want people to understand that they are still just like you and I. Our bodies could fail us, and that doesn't make us have different thoughts, have different feelings, have different wants, have different sadness.
A disease isn't just biology. A disease is, emotional and soulful. There's so much more that you can do.
Imagine how it feels for these kids, because I bet you these kids remember, and my kids will remember, when they could run and when they could jump, and before it gets ripped away from them.
You don't know how much will and strength you have until your back's up against the wall and then you realize what you have inside of you.
There's no option for you to give up. There's no way that you can say, I'm gonna let this happen.
I can't prepare myself for the worst case scenario because there isn't going to be a worst case scenario. I'm not going to allow that. That's what we're doing now.